Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and that's still teaching his truth. And as always, much peace, love, and salutation to the elect of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Taz Amar from the Great Millstone Dallas camp. I'm coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying to the point. And what I want to do is a lesson based on what you see here on the screen, this article that you see on the screen from thepeoplesvoice.tv. And it reads, Cosmopolitan magazine promotes satanic A-word rituals. Let's read that again. Cosmopolitan magazine promotes satanic abortion rituals. And here in America, Babylon the Great, we understand and we know that this is a very, very satanic, immoral kingdom that we live in, that promotes the murdering of children, and all kinds of children get taken up in these particular rituals that these elites, if you will, undergo when it comes to child sacrifice. I'm just gonna say that, child sacrifice, and the drinking of blood and things of that nature, and all these things really go back to idolatry. And this lets you just know furthermore that we live in a satanic rule kingdom. All right, and this is the mother of all harlots. Okay, because all this promotes with this whole A word that you see there, a lot of it's really aimed at Jake. It's really aimed at Jake, and it's really a form of eugenics. Okay, so lock in 1 second. Right. It's really a form of eugenics, and with this eugenics, you have a lot of our women, specifically the so-called black woman, that that pushes and promotes this is what you see, and it all goes back to Molech. Okay, what's that? Not Luke? Is it Leviticus 21? If I'm not mistaken, it might be Leviticus 20. Let me just type in the word Molech real quick here. Okay, Leviticus 18 and 21. That's what it is. Well, it's in Leviticus 20 as well. Let's just get Leviticus 18 and 21 here. All right. Let's start at verse 19. Leviticus 18 and 19. It says, "Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness." Going into the fact of when a woman's on a cycle, when she's on a monthly cycle, you're not to have sex with the woman when she's on her period, right? It says, "Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her." All right, going into adultery. Okay. "And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech." Okay, let's read that again. "And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech." Okay, and Molech, when you get Molech here, the Hebrew word is malak. All right, when you get it, all right, that word is, you got malaka, and it's malak. It means king. Okay, it says the god of the Ammonites and Phoenicians, to whom some Israelites sacrificed their infants in the valley of Hinnom. And you can also read that. I want to say that's Jeremiah the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. The other prophecy where it tells you that they were is it Jeremiah 9? Let's see. Let's actually read this real quick, because I believe it is in Jeremiah 9 as well. But yeah, this is Jeremiah 32 and 35. Okay, it says, and they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Okay, this is where you get the Gehenna from. Whenever you read Gehenna hell fire, or if you read the word hell in the Greek and it says Gehenna, this is where it goes back to. It was a region in southeast Jerusalem, okay, where trash and dead animals and carcasses and things like that were burned. You see, but Jake, had themselves hidden places in that valley where they was actually sacrificing their children to Molech. Okay. It says, and they built the high places of Baal, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech. See that? Which I commanded them not, neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin, because these were things that the heathen, those Canaanites were doing in the land of Canaan. Okay, having these satanic rituals and these rituals that they had, sacrificing their children, and you see that happening today in the form of Planned Parenthood. It's where you see it happen. Okay, and you have a lot of our women, a lot of our people that are really into that. Okay, it talks about that in Wisdom of Solomon. I want to say the 13th chapter. The merciless murderers of children, which we'll probably get that scripture here in a minute. But let's go back to the article. Okay, it says far left fashion magazine Cosmopolitan is facing huge backlash after openly promoting satanic rituals in a recent article. So let's see if we can pull that article up. Look at that. You got the pentagram. You got the pentagram there. I'm taking a look at the background of the picture to see. But yeah, look at this madness, man. This is what's promoted. And then of course it's red with the blood. You know what I'm saying? The Satanic 187 clinic that pissed off pretty much everyone and might beat the bands away. And it's I'm not going to read this whole article. So let's go back. It says a Cosmopolitan Instagram post boasts that patients of all faiths are welcome at a New Mexico Satanic 187 virtual clinic sponsored by the Satanic Temple. So you would ask yourself, for these Christians that are gun-ho on, these gun-ho Christians like Vocab Malone and, the rest of these different individuals, how come they don't never, bring this up? Why is it that, we live in a land where you got satanic temples up? See, this is the land of graven images, as it's written in Jeremiah. Also, it's also written in Jeremiah the 50th chapter that he gonna lay, the graven images down. And this is just one of many things that happens here in Babylon on a daily basis. And they had that whole Roe v. Wade that passed, and you had these women, pretty much in an uproar due to the fact of how now, it's illegal in a sense to operate and do a 187 but you have women that are actually traveling to these different states that still allow it. And they pretty much are promoting the fact of like, man, look, F them kids, man. But this is a society that's pushed and promoted off of idolatry and satanic worship. It says, what's it like to have a Satanic 187? Man, I'm not gonna read that. It says, the article details the experience of a person named Jessica who allegedly had a 187 at the facility despite not being a Satanist. It says the TST, that's the Satanic Temple TST, named the 187 clinic after Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito Jr.'s mom, calling it Samuel Alito's mom's satanic abortion clinic. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely insane. It says the name is a jab at the Scottish judge as he ruled in favor of destroying R.V. Wade 187 protections. This is no physical building for the temple in the group. There is no physical temple for the physical building for the temple, and the group is instead just shipping A pills to New Mexico residents after a phone call meeting. So they pretty much is doing it just, it's a phone call and you get sent a pill and that's it. Okay? Since TST is defined as a religion, patients at the clinic are participating in a religious ritual despite the Cosmopolitan writer and temple constantly claiming Satanism isn't a real religion and they don't worship the devil, also known as Satan, the namesake of the entire operation. It's also worth noting a temple is by definition a building for religious worship. Okay? But, this is the madness that we're seeing here, man. This is the lifestyle that's pushed and promoted here in Babylon. And nobody has nothing to say about it. Okay? And it's pushed in the magazines. And this is why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has to destroy this place, man. Look at that. Wow. Anyways, you can read that article yourself, man. Let's actually get a precept real quick. The merciless. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 12. That's what it is. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12, verse 3. All right, it says, "For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land," going into those ancient Canaanites that once dwelt in the land of Canaan before the conquest of Joshua and us going and crossing Jordan and getting to the land of Canaan, right? It says, "Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices." You see that? And a lot of these witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices that were done in ancient Canaan, you see Esau promoting and doing the same things today. Okay? It says, "And also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh in the feast of blood." And it's all coming out that all these different things are being done behind closed doors in these super rich parties. You have high level, actors and actresses and high level athletes. People that have quote unquote fame on this side that partake in these that partake in these parties and these rituals and these sacrifices that deal with blood. How do you think that a lot of these individuals, get to the level of stardom and fame? They got to sacrifice either somebody close to them, like a close relative, like the mother or father. They just randomly just end up dropping dead, or their children. When you look at individuals like Will Smith and Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, and their kids are in the limelight and things of that nature. Their kids have been pretty much compromised, man. Jaden Smith and Willow Smith and all them, they pretty much are linked in the game too. Like Diddy. And these are low level, people compared to what the super rich are doing behind closed doors. There's a movie, it's a movie with Tom Cruise and what's that girl's name? What's that movie called, man? Damn, I forgot what that movie's called, man. I know Tom Cruise is in it. And Nicole Kidman. What's that movie called, man? Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman movie. Eyes Wide Shut. That's what it's called. Eyes Wide Shut. Watch that movie, and it gives you a good insight on things that are actually happening behind closed doors. In these super rich parties, man, and what these elites are really into. They into the achrome. I'll just say that. You know. But a lot of these 187s that are happening are rituals, man, and these people don't even know that these Planned Parenthood buildings that these women are going to kill off these babies, which are predominantly in Jake neighborhoods. All right, those are temples, and you causing your child to pass through the fire in today's time unto Molech, man. Because a lot of times they do it so that their quote unquote life isn't ruined no more. You know what I'm saying? Their life ain't ruined, or their body's not gonna change, and this, that, and the third. You know, because really with Molech, it was a sacrifice that you would give your children up for pretty much success and financial gain. Okay? But it all goes back to ancient Canaanite worship, ancient Hamitic worship, man. It says with their priest out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help. You see that? And that's going to be another big reason as to why Yahweh Basham Shai going to lay waste this place, man. Due to all the witchcrafts and abominations that are done here. You see? That's why Babylon the Great is also known as the mistress of witchcrafts. Let's get that real quick. Nahum, the 3rd chapter. Yep, Nahum chapter 3, verse 4, it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms, of the well-favored harlot, which that well-favored harlot here is talking about America. Okay, America is that woman that rides upon a scarlet-colored beast. America's the well-favored harlot. Okay, it's the place that is looked at as the beacon of morality and the beacon of light. And you actually had, you know, different nations and different individuals, people that really thought that America's streets were paved in gold and this is the place to be, you know, the Statue of Liberty and freedom and things of that nature. But when you really come here, it's a cesspool and a shithole, man. Okay, let's get that word well-favored. This word well-favored is tawab, which means that word is good, pleasant. You know, this is like when John the Revelator, when he marveled he was marveling at the beast. You know, she looked good in the vision. She was tawab, pleasant, agreeable to the senses. You see that? Here in Babylon, you could do things that are pleasing and that pull at your senses and pull at your flesh, and it's agreeable to it. Then here you can fulfill it. You can fulfill anything that you want here in Babylon the Great, man. And people can, and you know, what I'm trying to say, pretty much, you know, you could do whatever the hell you want, and if anybody speaks out against it, you're wrong. You know, you're wrong if that's the case. Tawab Khan. Okay. It says favor, grace, elegance of form and appearance of a woman. This is that woman, that well-favored woman. You know, people see America and they see that hoe that look good. But here it is, you sleep with her, you touch her, you gonna get all kinds of STDs and all kinds of STDs and diseases, man. You know? So it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts. Okay, the mistress of witchcrafts. Okay, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. And that's all that America does, man. You know, spreads forth its philosophies, and it's, you know, it's pretty much it's STDs in a sense, all the way to these different nations worldwide. That's why the scripture says that Babylon has been a golden cup. That's why when you look at these different nations now, they accept mo tendencies, and they accept, you know, feminism. They accept democracy, you know, the U.S. dollar and things of that nature. And that, and you know, even accepting the dollar, I'll say if you don't accept the dollar, or whatever the case may be, it comes by way of war behind it. Whereas you're forced into accepting it pretty much. Okay. That's why when you read in Habakkuk, it says that, you know, pretty much, Woe unto you that giveth your neighbor the bottle to drink, so that you may look upon their nakedness, for lack of better words. Okay, when you get that word selleth, that word is makar. All right, makar is sell. Okay, to sell. And then it says of Nineveh selling nations. And Nineveh, we know spiritually here is America. Okay, selling nations. And how do they sell nations, man? Through its policies, man, and through its philosophies. Okay, if you ain't down with America, you an enemy. Okay, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. Okay, pretty much your skirts is going to be lifted up, and that's what's happening right now. Okay, America ain't looked at as that beacon of light no more. Shameful spewing is upon his glory. This is really the place of full of idolatry. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. Okay, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And this goes into this lines right up with Revelation 18, and how America's going to be a gazing stock whenever the Lord completely destroys this wicked ass place with thermonuclear fire, man, and fire from the chariots because of shit like this that gets promoted in a magazine, the Satanic 187 ritual. Okay, furthermore proof as to why America needs to be completely annihilated. Babylon the Great. Okay, so with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that's still teaching this truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes. Until next time I say, Shalom.